Top 10 countries with the largest gold reserves in the world. Hi everyone, this is a story about the top 10 countries with the largest gold reserves in the world. How much gold do they have? And in what way do they have so much gold? We will go through this step by step. First, we need some definitions about gold. Gold is considered the earliest form of currency in the world, and for a very long time, it has been regarded as an extremely reliable asset. Gold is used as a refined material for expensive jewelry or minted into bars for storage as an investment. The world's gold consumption is now divided into approximately 50% for jewelry, 40% for investment, 10% for industrial purposes. Over time, gold reserves have always been considered more reliable than cash. It is estimated that around 190,040 tons of gold exist above ground, which is equivalent to a cube with each side measuring 21.3 meters. The United States Geological Survey, USGS, also estimates that there are still about 50,000 tons of gold yet to be mined on Earth. Now, let's count down from 10 to 1 for the top 10 countries with the largest gold reserves. At the end, we will explore how the number 1 country secures and protects its vast gold reserves. Some references and sources are included in the description link of this video. 10. The Netherlands. The Netherlands holds 612.45 tons of gold in its reserves. While storing gold may not always attract public attention, transporting gold does. In 2019, the Netherlands transported 14,000 gold bars, weighing 175 tons, from one location to another within country. This event gained significant interest both in the Netherlands and internationally. The gold transfer was escorted by armed security forces, helicopters, and forklifts, moving from Amsterdam to a vault in Haarlem. Historically, the Netherlands was a great empire, so it is not surprising that they rank among the top 10 countries with the largest gold reserves. 9. India. Next on the list is India, with 703.71 tons of gold in reserves. In recent years, India's gold reserve have increased by nearly 100 tons. Due to cultural and traditional factors, a large portion of India's gold reserves is held by households and individuals, mostly in the form of jewelry. When people think of Indian culture, they often imagine men and women adorned with gold jewelry, as well as gold-covered palaces and luxurious gold artifacts. Despite holding substantial gold reserves, India's domestic gold production is insufficient, so the country imports most of its gold from abroad. 8. Japan. Japan holds 845.97 tons of gold in its reserves. In 2020, approximately 80 tons of gold were sold to fund government stimulus packages during the COVID-19 crisis. Japan has gold naturally distributed across the country, and small-scale gold mining has taken place for centuries. 7. Switzerland. From this point on, all countries on the list hold more than 1,000 tons of gold. Switzerland has 1,040 tons of gold stored within its borders. A small portion of its gold is stored in central banks in the UK and Canada. In 2014, Switzerland held a referendum to decide whether its gold reserves should be increased from 7% to 20%. However, the majority of Swiss citizens opposed the idea. If calculated per capita, Switzerland has the highest gold reserves per person in the world. During World War II, Switzerland remained neutral and became the center of gold trading between European countries, the Allies, and Nazi Germany. Swiss banks are world famous for their security, and Switzerland's gold reserves are kept in vaults hidden deep within the Alps. 6. China. China holds 1,948.31 tons of gold in its reserves. Although China ranks 6th in gold reserves, it is the largest gold producer in the world, accounting for nearly 12% of global gold production. The exact location of China's gold reserves is unknown, but many believe it is stored within the People's Bank of China in Beijing or a highly secure military-controlled facility. 5. Russia. Russia holds 2,292.31 tons of gold in reserves, about 300 tons more than China. Over the past decade, Russia has spent significantly to increase its gold reserves. Russia also has one of the world's largest gold mining industries and is currently preparing to open one of the biggest gold mines in the world. 4. France. France holds 2,436.32 tons of gold, most of which was acquired in the 1950s and 1960s. France stores its gold in underground vaults at the central bank in Paris, 29 meters below ground level. Over the years, France has sold a small amount of its gold reserves, but many domestic voices have urged the government to stop selling completely. 3. Italy. Italy holds 2,451.48 tons of gold, mostly in the form of gold bars and coins. The reserves are stored in vaults in Rome, the Swiss National Bank, and the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. In recent years, the Italian government has firmly stated that it will not sell any of its gold reserves to cover budget deficits. 2. Germany. Germany holds 3,359.12 tons of gold, stored in multiple locations, including the Federal Reserve Bank of New York, the Bank of England, the Bank of France, and the Bundesbank in Frankfurt. In 2017, Germany carried out a massive gold repatriation operation, bringing nearly 700 tons of gold back from the United States and France. 1. The United States. At the top of the list, the United States holds 8,133.46 tons of gold, which is nearly the combined reserves of Germany, Italy, and Russia. The gold is stored in multiple locations across the country, including the famous Fort Knox in Kentucky, which houses 4,582 tons, 50% of the U.S. gold reserves. Fort Knox is one of the most secure places on Earth, protected by 30,000 soldiers, tanks, helicopters, and high-tech military equipment. Each gold bar in Fort Knox measures 18 by 9 by 4.5 centimeters, weighs 1.2 kilograms, and is worth $760,000. The total gold stored is worth over $280 billion. The largest gold vault in the world is located at the Federal Reserve Bank in New York, storing 540,000 gold bars, about 6,000 tons. This vault is so secure that it has never been robbed in history, unlike in movies. Would you like to visit a gold vault? You can. The New York Federal Reserve offers free tours for the public every weekday, except weekends and holidays. That concludes the top 10 gold-holding nations in the world. If that feels interesting, you can press the button, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell. Don't forget to share. Suggest topics. I can do it in the future. Please don't say goodbye.